So let's say you sit down to record a short form video, or maybe you're a social media manager and you're coaching a client through a short form video process. You're putting your time, effort, and energy into creating this free piece of content. So why not make it work harder for you? And this is exactly where video content repurposing comes into play. So what if you only needed to create one video and then be able to show up across a ton of different social media platforms, all of the major ones, and save time? It's possible, and it's not as difficult as you think. So I want to dive into a couple of tips on how to approach video content repurposing, and then I'm going to walk you through exactly how to post that one video across all the major social media platforms. So first, creating the video. There are actually a few nuances that you need to keep in mind when you're sitting down to create one piece of content that's going to go on multiple platforms. Personally, I really like to lean into repurposing like talking head videos, meaning me just talking to the camera, those tips and tricks, those tutorials, rather than like that trendy content that requires like a very specific audio. Because sometimes using those trending sounds or trending audios can be a little bit tricky when you're trying to post the video on multiple different platforms. So 3 tips for you here. Tip number 1, this is just in my personal experience, my professional opinion. I think it is best for you to record the video in your phone app or on your camera if you prefer. What often happens is I see a lot of people will dive into like TikTok or Instagram Reels and try and create a video within that platform and have trouble exporting it out of that platform. There are so many different things and limitations that will happen when you're creating inside of a social media platform that's gonna make it harder for you to repurpose. So instead, I say, let's make sure you own that piece of content. Use that native camera tool that is inside of your phone, and quick little tip here too, if you use the back camera, it's much better quality. That way you own this piece of content. You don't have to take it off of a social media platform and it sometimes has bad quality or the audio is off or whatever that may be. You have that piece of content and now you can take it and run with it. Tip number 2, using a video editing tool is gonna save you so much time. My personal preference, I like to use CapCut. It is a little bit more robust and has a bit of a learning curve, but CapCut you can use on both mobile and desktop. If you're just starting out though, I definitely recommend using InShot. It is super easy to use, and I think the pro version is only like $14 a year. It gives you access to so many different tools, but it's a little bit more user-friendly. And again, this is why I don't like recording the video inside of TikTok or Instagram or anything like that. I would prefer to record it on my phone, edit it inside of one of these editing apps so that I only have to edit one time. Whereas let's say you created the video inside of TikTok using the TikTok text. Now you have to somehow figure out how to get it off of TikTok, put it over on Instagram Reels, try and adjust text that's already on the video. It's just complicated and messy. So that's why I like to really lean into CapCut because I only have to edit it just one time. And tip number 3, when you are recording, you need to make sure whatever visuals you are using aren't gonna get cut off in the different platforms. And what I mean by this, you really have to take into account what platforms you are gonna be putting this video on. So for instance, when you post on TikTok, you have to know that like the bottom quarter is gonna get cut off with text. Like, yes, it's see-through, but it's gonna be kind of hard to see. There are also some icons at the top and on that right-hand side, very similar to Instagram. So my biggest tip here is to just always have your face kind of in the middle of the frame if you're doing a talking head video, and same thing with your visuals and text that you add. Just try and keeping it within that like middle rectangle will make sure that your visuals aren't gonna get cut off on different platforms. Because what's gonna happen is if you have text that is covered up, or if your face is covered up too much, if your captions aren't aligned properly, people are going to tend to click away from your video. So you wanna make sure you're playing friendly with these apps and how your audience and your followers are going to be viewing that short form video. So we've gone through some tips and tricks on exactly how to create that video. Now let's dive into how you're actually going to repurpose that video. Let's not make this process difficult. I promise there's no complicated software here. So Planoly is actually gonna be your end-to-end tool for your video content marketing strategy. With Planoly, you can plan and schedule your social media posts, repurpose video content across different platforms, collaborate with team members, and so much more. Use Planoly's multi-channel workspace to simplify content planning so you can customize, schedule, and preview content for all your clients or brand socials across TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, and LinkedIn. You can organize all of your content ideas in one place, And you can easily collaborate with your clients as a social media manager or work with your team. First, you will want to upload the video into Planoly, so you can start to plan out your video content. Once you open the video you just uploaded, write out the captions and optimize the video for each of the platforms you want to post your video content on. Preview your post and click on save once you're done. What's even better is that Planoly lets you auto-publish TikToks and schedule reminders to post, saving you tons of time. With Planoly, it is so easy to repurpose your videos across multiple social media platforms. So let's dive in even deeper. There are a few things that you need to understand when it comes to repurposing a video across multiple platforms. In this quick tutorial, I want to dive into how to actually upload the video so that you can put it on multiple different platforms, how to write all the captions, all the different ways that you need to optimize that video for each platform, and a few things to keep in mind when you are repurposing video content. Okay, so now I want to show you guys exactly how to do this inside of Planoly. So first and foremost, what you're going to want to do is make sure that you have a Planoly account, and you're going to come up into here and add a multi-channel workspace. Sorry, that's a mouthful. I already have mine set up. The main priority here is you're going to want to connect either TikTok or Instagram or both. And then these ones might not pop up for you right away. They might be like not highlighted, and all you have to do is click that check mark. So I have all these accounts linked, ready to go, and you would just do the same. So basically what we're going to do is, first and foremost, you can come up here and click on new post. This is the fastest, most efficient way to do this. It might take a second to load. But what you can do is now come up here and select the channels that you want to create a video for. So for me, I'm going to, for the video portion, I just want to focus on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and LinkedIn. That's my preferred where I like to put short form videos. One option, you just click here. You can go to your computer, find that video that you want, and open. And so that is loading there. Or what you can do, this is actually kind of my preferred way, is you just drag and drop the file. I find it a little bit faster and a little bit more efficient. So you just drag and drop that in there. Now, what you can do, I like to do this in bulk as much as possible. Of course, you can go in and individually select things as you wish. But for me, I know I want this to go out on the 15th for all of these different platforms. Let's just say it's going to go out at noon. You can obviously come in here and optimize, and you're like, okay, I'd rather have this go out a little earlier on Instagram. You can set that to 10. But basically, I actually just want to make these all go out at the same time. So that's how you can see these are all now, it's the same video that's uploaded into there. Okay, so starting to optimize these for each of the platforms, basically what you're gonna wanna do is keep in mind some of the different nuances of each of these platforms. So for TikTok, if this is a talking head video, you have your text on it, it is ready to go, you can actually switch this on and it is going to auto-publish for you, meaning it's going to post on your behalf. This is one of my favorite features here. But let's say you have a trending sound that you want to use with this. You can add that URL there so that when you get a notification on your phone, you can easily add that sound in. So what you're going to want to do, it's going to show you all the different character limits here for each of those different platforms. And now we can go in and write a caption. So for TikTok, I like to do something kind of short and easy, how to repurpose your short form video content. This is the most efficient, if I could spell, efficient way to blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go ahead and fill this out. And basically what I'm going to want to do is use a similar format for each, but I'm going to break this down and show you how I kind of optimize them for each platform. Okay, so basically what I did is I optimized each of these captions for the platforms they're going to be on. So I'll walk you through this really quick. I don't have a trending sound, so I don't need to worry about that here. I would actually auto-publish this because it is ready to go. And basically I wrote like a quick little caption, made sure I had the handles correct, and added just a handful of hashtags. Whereas for Instagram, I actually expanded in the caption, added in some emojis just because that's what works for me best on Instagram. And I maximized all 30 hashtags. So that's the difference between like the TikTok and the Instagram caption. YouTube, actually, if I could spell today, basically what you're going to want to do here is for YouTube, while yes, the description length for a full length video is this high, knowing for YouTube Shorts, you need to have just a quick short title and maybe 2 to 3 hashtags. So I know that that's what's going to go on my YouTube shorts. And then LinkedIn, I use that same Instagram post, but the one thing that I optimize here is because you can have links on LinkedIn. I just put a different call to action at the bottom and removed the hashtags. So that's how I optimize for these different platforms. And then you can go and hit schedule. See how, oh, actually, let me switch that. I was like, oh, what just happened? Okay, there we go. So then you're going to hit schedule and it's going to do its thing. So then we'll be able to see it here on the calendar. There it goes. And you can kind of hover over this and see when these are going out. What we can do, if you wanted to have these go out at different times, you can easily come back in here and adjust these. Let's say we want this to go out at 10:15. You want YouTube to go out even earlier. Maybe you want it to go out at 9:15, and then that's fine. You can also come over here and preview what it's going to look like. Again, this is keeping in mind all of these different things that you're going to see on TikTok. So again, remember going back to those tips, how I said, just keep your face in the middle of the screen. This is what's going to, so that your text isn't cut off or nothing's cut off down here. And you can hit schedule and we'll see all of those different posts for that particular day. And that's how you take one video and repurpose it in a ton of different places here inside of Planoly. Now that you have a complete strategy to repurpose your video content, make sure you check out Planoly at the link below in the description. This really is the best and fastest way to create a ton of content to go across different social media platforms while maximizing your time and efficiency. If you have any questions, make sure you drop them in the comment section below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next week. And if you liked this video, make sure you hit subscribe.